am live talking about valuing talent. Let me just get comfortable in my chair. It's a big topic, valuing your talent. What does it mean? A lot of different things to a lot of different people value. Yes, it could mean monetary value. That's probably a big one for me. I want to feel valued. Money. For some people, it be that someone valuing their talent, adhering to their values. So, say you were a very eco-based florist, it might be your customers valuing the fact that you are eco. But valuing your talent is something we don't think. I think we undervalue ourselves massively. There is no set guide. I think that's the difference with floristry, is there's been no kind of set guide to kind of tell us how to structure our businesses. A lot of us are doing off the hoof, making it up along and seeing what works and kind of getting a feel for what other people in the market are doing, maybe trying to do something different to that, but also perhaps using maybe specifically their. Valuing your talent is a really emotional subject. It's really easy to answer when you feel undervalued, but it's so easy to answer, turn that into a positive, and to answer exactly where your value and talent is. Value and talent, valuing your really inextricably linked. It's really difficult to pull them apart. They're kind of one and the other. So something that might be a problem for you and can be a problem for me is services and services. Hands up, who's watching, if you feel in the last, since January, you have felt undervalued in your business and perhaps you've undercharged for a service that you've offered. I definitely have. We're here to talk about it. We're always still learning. Although Rachel and I have got amazing insights into the floristry industry and we've been in there a long time. So hands up if you felt your business since January. It's quite a small section of time. I definitely have. I definitely haven't. I definitely undersold in terms of cost, but probably undersold in terms of food, and undersold in terms of the customer under. Yeah, Rachel has. Tracy has. Hi Dawn, thanks for tuning in. If you've missed the beginning bit, you can catch up on replay. We are here to talk about floristry business and specifically today valuing your talent. So it'd be really interesting if you felt in the past couple of weeks if you have definitely undersold, undervalued your talent. And that could be monetary, it could be service, it could be all sorts of different things. And one thing that I think that we have to be more confident in our pricing. And I hear so many florists saying to me and so many people saying on floristry business forums, am I charging too much? And straight away, I'm going to say, absolutely not. You're not charging enough. If you think you're charging too much, you're not charging enough. You're absolutely not charging enough. For many reasons, but a lot of it just down to price. It's about what you bring to the party. So your talent, is your talent in providing excellent customer service? Is your talent in providing eco designs? Is your talent providing being on call 24/7? Whatever it is, that is part of you, part of your talent. And it would be really interesting to see if that you have felt in the past few weeks if any of those things have been undervalued. Be clear about your talent. Be clear with yourself first. So I like to, every couple of years, and I haven't done this for a few years, and that's probably why I felt undervalued recently, is I like to write down, it sounds a bit big-headed, but I like to write down a little list of everything that I do for my clients, whether it's wedding work, whether it's just bouquet work, and try and work out which are the unique points. So what am I doing that's completely unique? And why should my customer be paying more for that service or valuing my boundaries as well as another one? And be clear about your values. How do you want to feel valued? Is it monetary like me? It is for me. I want to feel like I'm working hard and I'm being rewarded with money, and I'm not paying myself below minimum wage because I want to win work. So when you are involved in work that is fulfilling and financially rewarding, both of those, again, self-worth and value working in harmony together, you are more inclined to work with greater commitment. You are more inclined to do more work because you want to do more work, because you feel valued and your talent feels valued. Thanks to everybody. Give me some love hearts. You're all very quiet tonight. Hello, 8 people watching. It would be good if you had anything to say on that. So one of the things that I feel with valuing your talent is, have you had the client where you've given them a price for something? I've definitely done this with weddings. I've given them a price for something and I feel I've kind of sent off the quote and I've kind of gone, oh, I kind of want to win this wedding, so I'm probably not going to charge what I know I should be charging, because maybe it's a new cat, or maybe it's a planner I really like. And I'm driving to see the client, and internally I'm starting to feel annoyed because I'm like, oh, this is such a waste of my time. Like, I am driving all this way to meet this couple and I'm going to get nothing from it because I didn't value my talent. Does that ring true to anybody? I've definitely done this before, and it's something that I'm personally working on at the moment. How can I bring more value to my business? We asked a couple of questions to some of our Instagram audience this week, and we thought the results were quite interesting. So we asked our audience, do you compare yourself to others? Most people said sometimes. I definitely compare myself to others. And I think it's really difficult not to in the age of social media at the moment. But what you've got to remember is, when you're comparing yourself to others, you are not focusing all of your energy on you and on your business. And it starts to kind of create some self-doubt with what you're doing. So I think you need to be really strong with your values and your talent before you start really looking at external influences. Do you say yes when you should say no? So this might be my wedding example. Should I have said no? Absolutely, definitely should have said no. Did I say yes? Yes. Did I feel irked all the way through the planning process because I didn't feel like I was being paid the amount of money that I should have been paid? Absolutely. Did the client realise that they'd underpaid me? No. Did the venue know that I'd given the client a good deal because I wanted to get in their good books? Nope. So the only person that got left out was me, because I didn't value my talent. Anyone else didn't know what was going on, and I didn't bring my best game to the party because I didn't feel like I had got from that wedding, from that interaction, what everyone, always, all the time. Yeah, I know, it's so hard, and I think we just have to be really strict with ourselves. Like, so my thing for 2021 is that I don't want to do any work that I don't feel valued for doing. So for my wedding work, I don't really want to piddle about with little bits and pieces. And along with the money side of that, I don't want to be working with a client who doesn't respect my boundaries, and my boundaries and my availability. I've got two small children. I've got a husband that I quite like to see sometimes, and my boundaries for 2021 are really important to me. So if a client expects me to be on call 24/7 to answer their questions about their wedding, that is not my client. That is, they are not valuing me, and they are not valuing. And so I'm getting really clear, and I'm going to be making, as I said, the 2021 list is really drilling down to what I want from a client, and then what I can give. Well, who starts their bouquet super cheap? And actually, no, let's turn it around. Who asks their client how much they would like to spend on their flowers? Get a phone call. I'd like to place a bouquet. Yes, sir, absolutely. How much would you like to spend? Who does that? Give me some love if you do that. I've done that previously. I think that we are not good enough at telling the customer our value. How good for you. I'm just reading a few of the comments. Yeah, Sally, I do, absolutely. I say, how much would you like to spend? This year, I've started just telling them my bouquets start from this, because they are made by a florist, made with seasonal flowers. Sally, a good one for you would be all British. Mine are part British, not all the way. Not yet, soon. And some of them might be, you could say, individually gift wrapped. If you allow people to pick a delivery time slot, you add that on and you say that is part of the service that I'm offering. You can order same day. We should be valuing a bit more. We for that, the big boys car that. And part of valuing your talent then is just being really confident with saying, actually, it's going to cost this much, and if I do same day delivery, it costs £7.50 instead of £5, because I know my time, my value, my talent is worth it to you. And sometimes having that confidence is a really interesting, you get a really interesting response from your customer. So I upped my prices and started working this way, and I have made more profit, more importantly, and I've got a more loyal base of customers because I have explained to them exactly what I am bringing to the party and my boundaries along with that. Does that make sense? I all the time, oh hi Hayley, how are you doing? So if you've got any questions, please do type them away in the comments. That would be really good to hear. Which areas of your business are you feeling valued? Which areas of your business are you feeling and how can we give you some action points to tackle those areas? Because that's what we're here to do. We're here to help you as much as we can. So if you're, I hope you're all typing away, keyboard warrioring away. So going back to the main point, if your value is valuing your talent includes price, which for most of us it does, we're not paying ourselves enough. We're not paying ourselves to do the job of the salesperson. We're not paying ourselves enough money to do the job of the marketer. We're not paying ourselves enough money to do website maintenance, social media, answering the phone, delivering, general dog's body, conditioning, product design. That's a lot of hats that we've got to wear in a day. If you're one person, two person, 5-person team, that's a lot of hats. We're not valuing that. Those jobs you'd end up paying hundreds and hundreds of pounds a day for, and we're fighting over pounds on a bouquet of flowers. Oh, you've all gone very quiet tonight. It would be good if you had any questions about valuing your talent that you pop them in. If you are watching this on replay, it's a real just quick Wednesday night talk about valuing your talent and how valuing your talent are inextricably linked. You've got to value both together in harmony. And valuing your talent, what does that mean to you? Does it mean boundaries? Does it mean people recognizing your work? Does it mean people actively seeking you out? Does it mean money? Does it mean all sorts of different things? You've got to work out what that means to you. We invest a lot in our floristry training. We invest a lot in our business and financial, and we should be reaping the here, great one. How do you cope with customers who come in and select cut flowers, looking at cut flower prices? And can you make it into a and really, how do you tackle that customer? There are a couple of ways you could do it. Rachel's probably got some good answers on that one as well. But I would just there's two ways I could tackle it. I would just say, and I used to say, a high street florist shop, if you want that made into a bouquet, our bouquets start at X, Y, and Z. And the customer might kick back and say, well, why is it that much when I've selected these £10 stems here? And I would just then say very honestly, well, this is what's involved in me making it into a bouquet. If you just want that wrapped in some brown paper tied with a nice ribbon, I can absolutely do that for you, and it is the price that you've selected. But the bouquet work, it takes more time. It's like at least 10-15 minutes really of your time, so you've got to factor that in. It might also be training your customer, training what's involved. Tell them exactly what you're going to be doing. Well, I'm going to spend 10-15 minutes making it and wrapping it and making it really beautiful. And what I would do is add in a few more of these because it will make your bouquet look amazing. Having the confidence to tell them exactly what you're doing. You get a gift card, you get flower food, you get the nice bag, you get the nice wrap. If you just brown paper tied with a bit of string. Rachel, do you agree with that? Definitely all the admin, out of hours ordering, but it's literally our family income, husband and wife team, so hard to turn people away. That is very true. I absolutely get that. It's not my main family income, but it is a large contribution towards our family. So I can understand it's really hard to turn people away. What I would say is when you start charging more, you start getting the customers that you want through the door. It's very easy to be in a race to the bottom and be undercharging, and then you get in a rut, and then you get hit by the amazing price hike day in this week. If any of you logged onto your suppliers, it's eye-watering. Even for Valentine's Day, it's like eye-watering. And so then you work out how much you're paid per hour, and you go, I'm paid £3 an hour. Is this really worth it? And so if you start raising your prices slowly, you can do it slowly. You don't have to do it in a big leap. You don't have to say, right, we're offering £20 hand ties and now we're only doing them from 30. Nudge them up slightly. Now's the time to do it. We've got the excuse of Brexit. You can do it on the back of a Valentine's Day when people are expecting those higher price points, and just keep them going across so that people aren't suddenly shocked into it. You have also got all the debacle, as I said, with Brexit and things. So prices are a lot higher, and you need to start telling your customer that, and you need to start explaining to them why you're charging the price that you are. There's no point in working for free. That's just a busy fool. I've been a busy fool. We've all done it. The turnover looks amazing, doesn't it? It's like, oh yeah, turnover, amazing. Then you get into the profit and you're like, yeah, I've basically So, um, yeah, so some people do it differently. One florist I worked in did a higher markup, but this included staff wages, etc. So people are talking about whether you should be charging a up fee. So when people come in and ask for something to be made up, effectively a labour charge, or if you should include it in your flower prices. Completely up to you. I actually include it. I do a higher markup on my flower. Then that includes everything that I need it to include. And that means if somebody is pulling the, I don't feel like I'm losing out on money. And if I did have to make that up into something, then all of that kind of service and fee is in there already. So that's a good way to do it. And feel that people are coming in to pick off for what they actually want. Someone else has said, worked in a flat fee to add greenery and make it into a bouquet. Yeah, flat fee for greenery. I say £4 or £5 for greenery, depending on the size, and then that just goes into bouquet work. And what I would say is, areas of your business that you might be able to outsource, and this will free up a bit of time where you can work on knowing your worth a bit more and valuing your talent. So I always think about my business now and which areas do I really enjoy doing. Do I enjoy doing the social media? Sometimes. Do I enjoy doing the bouquet work? Absolutely. Love it. Just love it. Do I enjoy the customer interactions? Absolutely, on the whole. On the whole, absolutely. Do I enjoy the admin of weddings? Absolutely not. Rachel and I have talked about this thing with it. I'm not charging enough. Now, you could look at it two ways. How much would it cost you to outsource that? Add that price on to your wedding flower budget, or you could actually just start charging more, and or pay yourself that money. If you're going to outsource that, pay yourself that money. Someone said you would be able to find a product to suit a budget without undercharging. Yes, absolutely. So sometimes it's about giving knowledge to the customer as to why it is a certain informed the next time. It absolutely is. It absolutely is. There is always something you can offer. If they want to spend £10, then give them a rose plant. Wrap it beautifully. Really wrap it like it looks the dog's kahunas, you know. But doing a bouquet for £10, you just got to tell them, I'm really sorry, it's not going to look very good, it's not going to look very big, and actually you're going to be better off with this item that I've got here, which is amazing. The best rose plant you've ever seen in your whole life. Any more questions while I'm on? I know I've kind of spoken a bit about valuing my talent with weddings, probably because that's the main point at the moment. But bouquet work is equally important to value. Same with corporate. Same with delivering, actually. If you're paying a delivery driver, make sure his wages are covered by what you're charging for your delivery. You get a lot of people that want to have free delivery. You've still got to pay your driver, you've still got to pay your petrol, and you've got to pay all that van insurance, etc., etc. Any other questions while I'm on? Oh, you've all gone very quiet. Time and whose order kept getting smaller and more specific. So when she changed her date for the 4th time COVID, I told her I was booked. Absolutely. So that's about setting boundaries. So my boundaries for my wedding work are, this is what happens. You contact me. We have an initial phone consultation that lasts X amount of time. You get one free quote. Then you pay me some money. I'm not doing any more work until you've paid me some money now. Then we have a second consultation. Then we have a third consultation. Then we have a final catch up before the big day, and then I'm there delivering on the big day. Seven points that they touch base with me on, and that's it. And the interim stuff is I just back and say, let's cover this in our third consultation. If you've got a question about this, let's cover it in our second and third consultation. I actually had a really difficult client who wanted me to price match somebody else. I said, no way, I'm not doing that. And I thought, I text Rachel actually, and I went, oh, I've got this nightmare client, and I just can't. I know I wanted to charge my worth, but they've come back to me and said half the amount, and they want me to florist, and they want me to give them another quote before they pay me a deposit. And I actually wrote them an email and said to them, I'm really sorry, I don't do any more quotes without you paying me a deposit, because you've had your free time from me and the rest is now paid for. And I was expecting again. I thought there's no way they're going to go with me. Absolutely none, not a chance. And I actually received an email back from them, and they've chosen to proceed with me. Excuse me. They've chosen to proceed with me, and not only that, they have chosen to up their budget to accommodate the florals, because they wanted to work alongside me. So sometimes saying no, pushing back, educating them, saying this is my boundary, I am not working for free unless you pay me some money, and then you get my time, then you get my value, then you get my talent. Thing to say. So Sally, I hope that helps you. And actually, Sally, if you've got any questions specifically about wedding process, pop them in the members hub and we can help you with that. No problem whatsoever.